like, having a stressful week, just remember that there's a household staff somewhere in St. Bart's that's being terrorised by Ramona Singer right now.
Oh, God. Yeah, your day can never get any worse than that. And having
Oh,
Kelly
God.
Bensimone as well.
Yeah, no, they really is.
And drunk Dorinda.
Yeah. I mean, they look like they're having a good time, but oh my.
I'm pretty sure Dorinda's read them to filth already, at least one time. Yeah, about that, I saw on the internet Sonia's Instagram post of her running around Manhattan shopping, but everyone's like, she's in St. Bart's, so obviously an intern's gonna get fired because they posted the wrong.
Done it wrong.
They posted the wrong thing.
Her interns, how does she still have interns? How is it happening?
I really don't know. It's bizarre to me. Absolutely bizarre to me. But good on her though.
Is it? I'm not sure it's okay to not pay people. Just don't know if that's how we should.
Well, they get free room and board, don't they? Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Not Even Real Housewives, though podcast. Rosie and myself are back. It's still fucking hot. It's not as hot. There's a draft. I'm getting a breeze.
There's a draft.
There's a draft, which means I'm going to have to deal with that in the winter. But right now, I'm thoroughly loving it. But yeah, so we're back. It's still hot.
Yeah.
Oh, another action-packed week of Bravo TV.
Oh my word, there's so much going on. I've got a word on the street.
Oh, go.
Tom Girardi.
Oh, I saw a headline, but I didn't read it. What happened?
Tom Girardi has been passed as fit to be tried.
Oh,
yeah.
That doesn't seem right.
Oh, man. Who can tell?
Yeah.
Well, presumably they have someone who checks.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's like
I think they're like
someone's paid someone off to try. I mean, I'm not complaining. I do believe, but he's not exactly going to go. By the time the trial ends, he's going to be dead. He's not going to do jail time.
What? Or is it all an act? Maybe. Who knows? So Tom Girardi's going on trial is the headline.
It's the headline. Yeah. Oh no. Oh, right.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else. Nothing else is really happening that I know of.
There's too many actual things to watch to know of any more rumours. Erica is doing some crazy ass social media though.
Who?
Erica.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So why?
Because she's got a big show to sell.
I guess.
There's stuff's coming out about Tom and she's making I don't know.
But yeah, she's on like a rampage, isn't she, of like sexy stuff and
yeah, with her twindly legs.
Why is she so skinny? I don't want to think. Huh?
I don't like it.
No, it's not. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah, it looks unnatural.
It does. It really does. I really love the fact that she was a curvy. No, she wasn't even curvy. That's wrong. She was just a natural looking woman. Like, yeah. She had the thighs. She had the bum.
Yeah.
Like, she looked gorgeous in one of those cat suits. Yes, please.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, now she just looks like she's hungry.
And no one likes a hungry bitch.
No.
So, all right. Should we start with, because did you watch the VPR Secrets Revealed?
I did.
Okay.
Tell me your thoughts.
All right. So obviously there was no secrets revealed, right? Like there was nothing.
There was no news. It was just unseen scenes, wasn't it?
Yeah. So, but they do it a lot. I'm pretty sure they've done it for all the other seasons before. So I don't think it was meant to be any kind of revelations. But what it did do was highlight to me how catastrophic Rochelle's deceit was.
It's bad, isn't it?
Like, just all these people that were sympathizing with her, me included, for like 35 seconds, I just have to add. That they're eating crow now. Like, every person who said that Ariana and Lala and James and everything went too hard in the reunion, it's like, no, she deserved every single fucking word they said to her.
That scene, that when they go around to their house the day after the guys' night.
After she's fucked him in the car and she brings flowers.
And he's like, he's got me flowers. Ugh. Oh, that's vile.
And he's staring. The way he was looking at her on the couch. Someone else tweeted this and I was like, yes, that is his exact face. shout out to you, can't remember who you were, was like, he was remembering her sitting on his dick from the night before. That kind of look of like memory of like good sex. I mean, I don't even think it would be good sex with Rochelle, would you? I don't know.
No, I can't imagine so.
But you know, like it was that kind of look, and he was but the dog was everyone's face.
The dog.
The dog's like, I have seen some stuff and I do not like this bitch.
I
do not like her one bit.
That's why you should listen to the dogs. I think someone summed it up best online who said, so it turned out there were no Vanderpump rules.
I love it.
So that's great. So yes, that would appear to be true.
I enjoyed Lisa's Vanderpump rules.
Acting.
And she was like with the Zimmer frame, and they had to put are they not called Zimmer frames in America then?
Oh, are they not?
Well, they had to put a diagram up and describe what a Zimmer frame was. So I'm assuming
they call it.
A walker, probably. Because everything in America I find is so obvious. So this is the thing that pisses me off. It's not just America, it's like it's Canada as well. It's like
it's just
horseback riding. How else are you riding a horse? Why do we need to have the back in there? Eyeglasses. Like, really? You know, so a walker would be like logical because it's
okay.
Walk.
I mean, I don't know why we call it a Zimmer frame. Is it made by someone called Zimmer? Is that like a what's it called? Like a, you know how it's not a Hoover, it's a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, I don't know. Or a jacuzzi, a hot tub. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, is jacuzzi someone's name? I mean, why else is it called jacuzzi?
Yeah, I don't.
That doesn't mean anything.
No. Oh, we're so hot. We're digressing about those bullshit stuff. I thoroughly enjoyed seeing the Katie and Schwartz post-divorce conversations, though, in their house.
Yeah.
Because he was still trying to do a thing, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And she's like out. She's
checked
out. She's done. And the dog's like, dude, I'm trying to rub one out. Can you get out, please? I
feel bad for those dogs. I just think, yeah. I don't know if I feel bad for them or about them, but like nobody needs to be in that. They're like victims of this, aren't they? They didn't choose it.
Well, they seem happy enough, like doing the do while they're having a deep and meaningful conversation. I thought that was brilliant.
I really didn't like going to Sandoval's apartment.
Oh
no. Yes, Sandoval's apartment. Yeah. And I also thought, what again? I felt like this is a lie. Like, why have you kept this apartment?
Well, because the brother,
did we see that though? Did we ever see that? I just feel like it was just like no, give me the
him and Rochelle went there.
Him and anybody.
Yeah, that apartment is so grimy.
And we've all lived in those places. No, not you. You kind of went into proper jobs and stuff, didn't you?
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't have that life.
Oh, I did.
But I mean, the stories the stories that we heard that we didn't even see, like before Vanderpump Rules started, like they had a curtain in the middle of that living room, and they had that as 2 bedrooms, one Schwartz and Jack's, and then Sandoval had the bedroom, and Jax would just bring girls, like 3 or 4 different girls in, like every night, and it would just be a curtain separating them. My point is what did Jax tell these girls to make them do that with just a curtain separating them from a flatmate? And Schwartz was on the other side of that curtain rubbing one out to the sounds.
Yes. And I just think, like, where are people's sense of personal danger? Like, best case scenario, you go and have sex with someone in a room and half the room is divided by Ken. Best case scenario, the other side of that is Tom Schwartz.
Yeah.
Like, worst case scenario, that is a pile of bodies that you're going to be in next.
Yeah. Is it Charles Manson? The serial killer? Is he a serial killer?
He is, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think he would say guitarist and serial killer.
Right. Okay. Fair. And then I really enjoyed watching Peter have to have a conversation with Rochelle twice because he couldn't remember.
Oh, see, I feel like I think he can remember. I think he was just being really hungry and I couldn't quite get it.
What, he wanted camera time?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
That's been his birthday this week too. There's a lot of birthdays in June.
Oh.
I think it was
I love
yesterday.
Peter. I think Peter should be in it more, but I don't think he can be because he is supposed to be like the proper boss.
Professional.
Yeah.
He's
But
not
when he's
mentioned
in it,
that
it's
to his
always a good.
Instagram account.
Huh?
He's not mentioned that to his Instagram account. It's
Oh,
not
no.
professional. No. It's just mainly him at like having been at the gym.
Oh, is it thirst traps like all day?
Yeah, it's just very sweaty.
Oh,
And then there's a lot of him at Sir.
okay.
I mean, I'm looking at it, so it's not work.
Yeah. That's the thing. You're engaged.
Yeah.
So he's doing the job correctly.
Yeah.
Oh. Peter.
Yeah.
I love Peter.
And like obviously, like, because Lisa sort of told him off, didn't she? Generally, and was like, you know, you have to be professional. You can't like keep fucking the barmaids or trying to fuck the barmaids.
No, yeah. I think
Presumably she sort of has to say on camera.
no, but I feel like this was when it happened during the season. Like, didn't she say this isn't like 2002?
Yeah.
You can't do that anymore. It wasn't that she had anything wrong with it. It's just that she'll get
We now
sued
have
now.
a HR policy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Love it.
absolutely. Oh, I love it. And then they go to a girls' night at Charlie's other job. So apparently she works in two bars. She works in Sarah and this other place. Who knew? And Charlie again cements the reason why she needs to be a full-time cast member.
Okay.
Because she is hilarious. Calling a Rochelle cardboard made my day.
Yeah, that was funny.
And then like she just gets people drinks, she just gets people food, and
she
like
gets Ariana to open up about anal sex.
Okay, let's talk about that for real quick. So my mind went here. I don't know if anyone agrees with me.
I'm scared.
But like, if you're as hot as Ariana, as cool as Ariana, and you're letting off the back door, why is Tom cheating? It's not every man's dream. He can put it in every hole. Every hole.
Like, but he just wants someone to not challenge him. And not make him work.
Well,
you want someone to tell him he's a fucking...
if you put it in her ass, because she comes instantly.
Yeah, magic button. He just wants someone to tell him he's a fucking rock star. That he's the next Freddie Mercury. It's very boring.
Oh, yeah. I really don't find him attractive anymore. Yeah.
James was doing all sorts of levels of annoying in all of this, wasn't he?
I did enjoy his confessional when he was like, and you threw it all away for what? That made me laugh.
But he's so, it's like, but you need to care less. You need to be like...
Yeah. And I loved Ali when Ali was said to him, yeah, Tom doesn't give a fuck about you. Like, that was so, it's like, oh shit.
Yeah, I don't know if she's like, if she doesn's know as much, but she's coming quite to the point, isn't she?
She's so brutal. I love it so much.
But now they've bought a house together.
No, James has bought the house. Ali's moving in.
Ah, okay.
I think he's been very smart in the sense that she has no claim
to the 7
house.
minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, no claim to that house. It's all in James's name.
Fine.
Oh,
I like the Lala, Lisa, Katie lip balm dinner.
Oh, the Sir dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But then again, if they were all having these conversations, why wasn't it investigated more? Why wasn't it brought up more? Like, so production had to have known.
Yeah. They clearly did know.
It's ridiculous that they're just pretending like, oh, well, no, we just didn't believe it. And we just kind of...
We didn't see the, like, time scale, though. Like, I think it happened quite quickly.
Yeah. They started to get sloppy. That's what it was. Rochelle and Tom started to get a bit too sloppy with it. So they were out in these streets.
Yeah. Plus, you know, once you've got the detective skills of Ken on the case. No one stands a chance. Though I don't think Lisa's skills were much better in the acting. Like in the reading of the voiceovers, I was like, God, this is wooden, isn't it?
It was a bit wooden. Yeah. Yeah,
Whereas,
I think it should have been the cast doing that. I don't think it should have been Lisa.
I guess it's fair if it's Lisa, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose it is her name, right?
Yeah.
And then the roller skating date gave me really high blood pressure.
Oh, what a dick.
Because it's like, why are you? She's made all this effort. It is hot as balls out, and she's like got full face of makeup on.
And obviously, you want to do this. She doesn't want to do this.
Keep telling her how beautiful she is, how hot she looks, so she obviously went home and she let him run up in the back door that night because they spent quality time together. He made her feel special and all the rest of it. But he's already fucking rich, mate. Just my blood pressure was through the roof. Through the roof.
Who roller skates? It's very strange.
A lot of people is having a resurgence.
Yeah.
There are clubs now that go like meet in parks and shit, and people are roller skating, wearing the knee pads and the neon.
I know a few people who do that, like whatever it is where you try and kill each other.
Roller derby, is that what it's called? That. I love that. I want to go see one in real life.
Oh God, yeah, I know a couple of people who do it. They are, but I wouldn't upset them standing still, let alone on fucking wheels.
Okay, so you need to tell me the details of this because I need to go to one of these.
Okay, cool.
Because I'm obsessed. Like any film that they have them in, I'm all over it. I'm all over it. I love it. And the girls are so violent. I think it's amazing.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. It's like rugby but with wheels.
Yeah.
And like the floor is hard. God, it's
and
awful.
The walls. Yeah. And the crowd gets involved. Yeah. I'm here for it. If any of my listeners roller derby, let me know. I'll come watch.
I bet someone does.
I really want to know. Let me know, please. And then Schwartz goes on a date.
Oh my God. What a shit show.
I have not laughed as hard on my TV as I did during that 2 minutes or however long it was. Poor Kendall.
Kendall has got stories. She's got dinner party stories for the rest of her life.
Yeah. But also I think she was a fan of the show. Clearly. It's like, why would you go on a date with Schwartz?
And also, like, do you want to go somewhere and get another drink now? I'm like, oh, coded. We'll never know what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's a mystery, Kendall.
But the way she ordered water, but then immediately switched the beer and the shot.
Let's have a beer and some chips.
Come on. She loves all forms of potato.
I mean, there's a girl after my own heart.
Her laugh and her smile was infectious, though. Like, I was drawn to her.
Oh, like, yeah. I thought she's not the problem.
No. What would you do if you went on a date and he just spoke about his ex and his divorce the entire time?
And was like, I don't know how to say it. I'd be like, I think you should not go on a date for like another 3 months and like spend some time with yourself.
Yeah.
Or talk to a professional, but I'm definitely going to like have my tater tots and go.
Oh, what is a tater tot? I want to eat a tater tot. What is a tater tot?
So
it's like a hash brown.
It's hash browns are like lumps of potato. It's the same sort of external crispiness, but it's like mashed potato inside.
Ooh, I could eat some tater tots right about now.
It's more like, you know, like a potato smiley face.
Yes,
that sort of consistency.
Okay.
But you can get like with anything, isn't it? Like you can get Scotch egg, like a basic version, or you can get like a gourmet version, and they're like sort of not related.
Oh, right. Okay. Got it.
Like a place for all of them, but you know, they're not the same beast.
They're not the right. Okay. Fair. It's like mac and cheese.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And then what else happens? Sheena and Rachel go on a craft date.
Oh yeah, they're gonna make jewelry. Do you think if I lived in LA, I would own this shop?
Oh yeah, 100%. That has to be written all over it.
It's like, oh, I was like, oh, that is some nice yarn.
The only problem is you'd have to speak to people.
Yeah. That would
people
be
like
terrible.
Rachel and Sheena.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
No, I couldn't. I'd just be like, I'm not gonna leave with this. It's pointy.
You would kill someone in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah. Death by crochet hook.
You'd have all the weaponry you would need though in the shop. And Rochelle cemented her place in hell again by leaning into this. I'm not a mistress. It's so far fetched. I haven't done anything wrong. It's ridiculous. Just, she makes my head hurt.
I find it hilarious that people are so upset. Not hilarious. I find it surprising that people are so upset for Sheena. Like, she's like there are people out there in the world who she is the number one victim for.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, she plays it so well though, doesn't she?
Yeah. She's very gullible.
She is very gullible. But I mean, yeah, I don't know.
But really, she hasn't had an awful lot going on this season. She should be grateful for it. Oh no, she got married. Fuck.
She did get married. She did get married. For a green card though. And a baby.
Well, she already had a baby.
Fair.
Does that help you get? Are you more likely to get a green card if you have a baby? No, you have to be married. Seems crazy.
I think you have to be married. Yeah, I don't think kids.
It's not enough of a commitment.
It's not enough of. I mean, especially to Brock. I mean, come on.
Well, that's true.
He just leaves his kids wherever.
Case by case, that is not a very good amount of evidence.
No, it's not. Like, they're like, yeah, but you left your own kids in Australia, so
100% of your kids you have left so far.
Yeah. Oh, that's so mean. But that was it. Nothing else really happened in the episode.
No, I liked the flashbacks of like Lala being rude to Rachel. I thought they turned out to be very accurate, didn't they? So
yeah, Lala called it pretty.
Yeah, she did, didn't she?
Really early on, like she said, she's always
and
said
because
the
fact that she was with someone else's husband, I think they are separate facts. Like, I understand that people see it as hypocritical, but I think it is separate from the fact that she saw it fucking right on with.
Well, two things can be true at the same time.
Yeah. We can hold two thoughts.
We can, like, those things that's a thing. We can do that. But yeah, she did. She called Rochelle really early on.
Her hair, Lala's hair in the flashbacks, it's just like, it's so of the time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, she's an advert for not like following a trend. You can look back on yourself in like 18 months and go, holy shit.
Yeah. But I mean, she's not doing any different now, is she?
Oh, no. It's going to be the same.
Yeah.
I mean, if the nails get any longer, she's not going to be able to like do things. I don't understand how she does things now.
I know how she wipes her bum. It must hurt.
She like does her clothing. Like, how do you put things on?
I don't know. Buttons. Well, I mean, she doesn't wear much though, does she?
That's true. It's all quite stretchy.
Yeah. I mean, if I looked like Lala, I wouldn't wear anything. I'd walk around the place naked all the time. She's a hot piece of ass, that Lala Kent.
And wise, it would appear.
What? Very wise. Very wise.
Things we look for. Should we talk about Atlanta? Should we go in order?
I think going in order is a great idea because we used to do that, and then Vanderpump Rules happened,
but now we're like at the end of an era because now with Vanderpump done.
Vanderpump is done, and then new shows start soon, don't they? When are we getting a new Salt Lake? When are we getting like a new?
I don't know. Are we getting a new Salt Lake?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
When are we getting season 4 of Girls Trip? And how do we watch Shitty Creek or whatever Luana's?
Crappy Lake.
Crappy Lake. That's what.
I think it's a Bravo show, so we should get it.
Cool. I want to see that.
No, my luck, we'll get it. I'll get it like 4 days after everybody else, and be having a fucking argument with people on Twitter.
So Atlanta.
So it starts with the flashbacks.
All the flashbacks.
Carlo, Marlo, and Candy's relationship, and they have the opening sequence from 2011 Atlanta, and they've removed Nene.
They've erased Nene.
Now, the people on these streets are upset.
People are upset.
Like, upset.
There's riots, man.
But I'm thinking to myself, it's a legal thing. They're not allowed to show nudity.
Surely she said they can't use my image.
Well, you would, wouldn't you, if you're suing them for something?
Yeah.
But I'd like to go back and do an Atlanta rewatch now and see if they've blurred her out of the seasons. You just hear, I said what I said, boop, but you don't see anybody.
Or they've like put something else in her place.
Yeah. And one of Kim's wigs. Sign. Yeah. It's one of Kim's wigs. Oh my God, did you see Portia and Sheree on Watch What Happens Live?
No, I haven't seen Watch What Happens Live in weeks.
I haven't laughed so hard in my entire life. It was probably one of the funniest Watch What Happens Live you've ever seen. Andy was in hysterics the entire time. And the clubhouse have bought one of Kim's wigs that she's selling online, and that was the bartender. It was very good.
What about John Hamm?
Oh, okay. Oh, actually, no, I take that back. John Hamm doing James Kennedy when he was doing the poo-poo heads. You do a poo-poo. Oh my God.
He's an excellent actor, John Hamm.
I love John Hamm. He would get it.
Oh, he's up there for loads of people, isn't he?
I like the other John too, the whitehead John from Mad Men.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't think I want to fuck any of them from Mad Men, but I do think John Hamm is a good actor, as proved by his spot-on James Kennedy.
I mean, I saw it on Twitter, and then I was like, wait, this is Watch What Happens Live. I had to go watch the episode, because I was like, this is brilliant TV.
He's committed.
Oh. Anyway, so the crux of it is, Candy and Marlo have discussed the nephew. The footage wasn't aired. Why wasn't the footage aired?
Because it's not very interesting.
But was it because Marlo was a friend of at the time?
Maybe.
So it wasn't anyway. So they talked about the nephew.
And actually, without more context and without more happening, it's a bit distasteful.
It is a bit distasteful to talk about something. Hey, you're right. Yeah, you are right.
Like, both in terms of like the family and then the other family, like the guy who killed him, like his family have got to watch all this, haven't they?
Yeah.
And they want his, like, the worst thing that's happened in his life, presumably, as like a kind of point of interest for Marlo.
Yeah, fair.
And Candy doesn't really want to talk about these things.
No, but and Candy like gave her a hug. She did all the stuff.
She seemed perfectly fine. Like, there's no reason to have any animosity.
No, and then Candy was saying all those nice things about Marlo in her confessionals.
Yeah,
and it all seemed really copacetic. It just seemed like I don't really understand.
Fine. It was fine.
Yeah,
it was not. There was no reason for Candy to think there was any issue there. Absolutely. And I don't think Marlo thought there was any issue. No,
I mean, when you start hearing her dissect it a little bit more, so when she goes for dinner with her manager, her manager duo.
Justin and
Ty?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I was thinking Trey, but I think you're right. I think it is Ty.
And she starts saying it's because Candy likes to put out this narrative about her life, and she doesn't like negative things being said, and she feels, is this when
as opposed to who likes negative things being said about them?
What? Yeah,
who likes people trying to take their businesses down?
That's a good point. But was it then as well that she started saying that everyone drags her for the stuff that she's done, or is that at the end?
I think that's at the end, and right, I think again both those things are true. Like she and Candy does bring it up, even though in the flashback she said like it's not fair that people bring up her past. She made one mistake, sort of thing. She did at a time. So I think both of those are true. Like, you can't challenge Candy. She is the boss. She is in charge of all these genuine, legitimate businesses. She's going to defend them. She doesn't have to bend how she does things to your will.
Yeah.
And yet it's still shitty for people to go low on Marlo, but they tend to do it because she's gone low.
Well, that's the thing. But I do, like, just talking about what happens at the end now, Drew's doing too much.
Well, all this we don't say that word. We don't talk about this. It's perpetuating bad shit. I'm like, but you are actively talking about shootings, aren't you? Like,
yeah.
If you feel that strongly about that, and you're gonna stand up and say this, which is a serious thing, then don't fucking bring it up.
No, and also as well, like this, I'm from Chicago. I'm like, I can't hear it anymore. It's annoying to me. And then
It's
saying that
fun for
Marlo,
Sanya, isn't it? She's like, oh, Chicago, yeah, dangerous.
yeah, I'm from Jamaica, bitch. Let's go. Like, but also saying that Marlo's being aggressive, and she's like, Marlo was doing. Candy was a scary one in that situation.
Oh yeah.
And like, I wouldn't want to go up against Candy.
Nope. No, thank you.
No, but she was telling Kenya.
Also, can you imagine how long you would
do not hold me back. Do not hold me back.
Kenya, I thought, did quite well in that. She was
Yeah.
sort of like, sort of trying to get like under eye contact, which I think is a very good technique of being like, it's me, hello.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not threatening you. I'm trying to get underneath and be like, it's all right. Let's just like move away.
But then also as well, I'm worried it's like a dog. If you look it in the eye, it's going to come for you.
Sometimes I think you have to like snap people out of that, don't you? You have to like you have to like break their vision almost.
Yeah. Yeah. It's true, because if you see red, sometimes you like there's nothing around you that can.
You have to do like, you know, in the Marvel movies, where it's just to, like sing the lullaby to the Hulk and like bring him back. Like, it's hi, I'm here, I'm touching you. Yeah. I like when Marlo was told by her manager friend to do active listening.
Yeah. What is active listening?
But you like proper, it's real listening. It's not just thinking of your reply. That's what active listening is, which we should probably all do. But
I'm going to use that on my kids. Oh, you active listening now, because I need you to actively listen. Oh, 100%. You're going to hear me say it. Wait, you what?
Because she's like, I don't know what happened. I don't know about what happened in any of it. I don't know what happened in wherever they were, Birmingham,
Alabama. Yeah.
And I'm like, it's a bit of a get out of jail free card, isn't it? Like, I don't know, can't remember.
Yeah, but so another theory online is that Marlo and Marlo's family wanted Candy to pay for the funeral, or give him compensation, or get money out of them some way. I don't know, but I'm not mad at that theory.
People just see Candy as a cash cow.
I don't know. I just, the way that Marlo's like, she didn't even send a car, she didn't even send flowers, she didn't do anything. It's like, what did you want from her?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think, listeners? Why do you think Marlo's so bent out of shape?
Oh, I think Marlo's after the money, and I think she's chasing a storyline.
Oh, she's 100% chasing a storyline, yeah. But she has a storyline. She's got the twins. She's got her nephews. She's got
the life coach. She's making
the life coach. She's got this
problems
business
with Kenya.
She's got these business. Like, how does she make her money? Like, there's a storyline already there. That's the Marlo I was hoping we were going to get when she got her peach.
Yeah, just be nice and funny. Like, I'd like to see that at this point.
And then her confession at the end, when she was like, I'm human. I felt really bad for her in that moment. Like, I felt it to my core. But then at the same time, it's like, you don't treat other people like they're human.
Yeah, you're not putting out there what you're asking for back.
Yeah, totally. And
like, it's not an even playing field, this show, is it?
No.
Like, some people get to call the shots more. That's just life, isn't it?
Yeah. You know, it's bad when watching two blonde white women drunk and fight on TV was a light release. Like, it was a breath of fresh. It was an air of fresh breath. What did
an air of fresh breath? Yeah.
Watching Tamra so drunk she couldn't even keep her eyes open, screaming, "You're a liar!" At Shannon.
You're drunk. Oh,
yeah.
Look a mirror.
I'm not sure about that one.
So Samya. I did not like this conversation at all.
What is Sanya doing? Right, I'm going to give
fucking burning her bridges.
Yeah, she's wrong for all of it. All of it she's wrong for. But you know what she was really wrong for? Burning the mum's patty, so she had to make herself a salad for dinner, or Sanya sat there eating up some piece of fried food in a packaging that looked delicious.
I don't understand how the food works in that household. So you in any capacity.
You burned your mum's dinner, so she has to make herself a measly salad while you're eating up. What?
But also, and that kid is getting back. Like, what time of day is it Why is there 5 different dinners going on?
And everyone eats off paper plates in America. Explain this to me.
Like, but what isn't the point of like collective? What's the word I'm trying to say? Like intergenerational cohabitation. That like one person cooks everything. Why are you making all the different dinners?
I don't know. Because in the Jamaican households that I was raised in, you ate what you were given. If you didn't like what everyone else,
options.
It doesn't. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, she's wrong for the whole situation, for the whole thing.
So, things she's wrong about. She throws Ross under the bus because she's like, well, Ross wants you out.
And who could do that to my Ross? That's not fair.
And then the sister's like, well, we're going, like, regardless. So, like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Then she comes back with the, like, because her mum's like, well, your dad wants to stay, isn't she?
Yeah.
And she's like, well, what's the point of me fighting for just you guys? Rude.
Yeah. Words hurt, Sanya. Words hurt.
Yeah.
She's out of order. She's wrong for all of it.
She is, and she's stupid to give away her childcare.
Well, like our sister said, like the whole that I'm gonna leave.
Yeah.
You have no idea of the consequences of your actions.
No clue. And we know you cannot cope. You find it overwhelming looking after that kid with
one
those
child.
4 other people there.
And you're trying to get pregnant and have a second. Good luck. Good luck.
Yeah, but they can't get pregnant because he's not there.
Well, this is the other thing. Like, Ross, what are you doing?
Not being a valet.
Go and bang that most beautiful wife of yours with her tight abs. Oh, to Kenya Moore Hair Spa. Kenya Moore Hair Spa.
Maybe heaven. That's what she compares it to. Let's go to like heaven.
I was getting Caroline Brooks from Dubai vibes.
Oh, okay.
She was opening up her thing, wasn't she?
Yeah. And it was another tall space.
Yeah, a really tall space.
Really tall. I wasn't sure about. I was getting a little bit Melissa Gorga vibes when she was talking about the light installation. I was like, oh,
yeah.
I'm not sure. And a bit Sports and Sandy's, isn't it?
Kenya pays her bills though.
This is true. Yeah, it'll be fine. And she had her pal there, and
Carla. No,
it wasn't a Carla, was it? But yeah.
Healer. Anyway, she's cute. I like her.
She was very nice. I like that she turned out, said all the right things.
Yeah.
But they said that it was like a by Roy situation, wasn't it? Roy's not cutting it. She's no closer to marrying Roy.
Well, I mean, after a year, and she married what's his name after 7 months.
Yeah, people do not learn. Like
Kenya doesn't.
Loads of them don't learn. There's many examples of not learning.
Well,
mainly in New Jersey. It's like, God, you could not learn. You couldn't learn if it was literally in flashing lights.
Oh my God. Oh, when Auntie said to Teresa in Jersey, like, I could literally roll a 20-minute montage of you slating Jacqueline and Rita, and then production did it.
Roll the tape.
Fucking love. Production teams on Bravo deserve an Emmy.
Yeah, I think Kenya will open that spa.
Oh, she'll open up the spa.
Mm.
And Marlo will only be invited if she renegotiates her deal with the devil, which was like I was like, oh,
it's a lot. It's quite a lot for people who like actually believe in God, isn't it? As well, I was like, oh, like that's the kind of shit we would say, but like I don't genuinely think there's a devil.
No, I know. It was like that the first season of Girls Trip when someone called someone a peasant. And Cynthia Bailey was in her confessional, and she was just like, "Oh, peasant just hits different." That was the same vibe I got. Like, oh, yeah, they're praying all the time, insult. And they're talking about the devil. You don't do that.
No, these are big words. Speaking of religious connotations,
Mecca,
right?
Explain Mecca to me. Is it the Muslim?
Yeah, it's the place.
The place.
It's the Jerusalem of Islam.
Of Islam. Great name.
Yeah,
So why is
I'm
our
not
bingo
sure
places called Mecca? That seems a bit
because you're supposed to go on. It was super disrespectful. You're supposed to go on pilgrimage to Mecca, where you were
bingo place.
The real place you're supposed to go, and that's when then you can like reap all the treasures of enlightenment.
Oh, is that when now people go to like Lourdes and
yeah
places like that? Okay,
I think it's more like Jerusalem, like like you're there in the real place and everything.
Oh wow, okay.
But yes, is Sheree's son Muslim?
Well, his name's Cairo. I don't know why I said that. That's not relevant to what we were talking about.
Yeah, as in like there's lots of Muslim Egyptians.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's right.
I think it's spelt differently though.
It is. No, I don't think he's Muslim. She
So
might
maybe,
be though.
Yeah, she might be. That's true.
But also,
yeah.
as well, I am going to say something that I'm going to get a lot of hate for.
Okay.
A lot of people just name their kids the most random shit without even thinking
like
about
Googling
the meanings of the names.
Yeah.
No one, like every. Okay, my son's name's pretty basic, so I didn't have to Google that. But my daughter's name, I had to, like, I needed to find the meaning of it. Like, I needed to understand what it meant before I agreed to call her it. Like, it wasn't.
Yeah.
And my name, I know the meaning of. Like, I just feel like it's. I feel like I don't think they considered what it was. I think they just like, oh, Mecca, holy place. She's like our holy baby.
Yeah.
And then that was it. Like, I don't think. People are dumb.
Well, I don't know. And like, the thing is, I've never heard anyone called Mecca. Like,
no.
Like London has a pretty big Muslim population. I've never heard anyone called Mecca, which makes me think I'm not sure if it's all right.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure if that's not a bit sacrilegious.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I'll ask someone.
Yeah.
She's cute though. She didn't like having her handprints and footprints done. We've all done those things with kids. It's hard.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. It's brutal. I've got quite a lot of like the casting stuff because my neighbor did it for a little while, so she was always like doing stuff on my kids. And on me, I've got like one of me pregnant as well, which is kind of cool.
Really?
Yeah. And it is brutal because it's like hot and then it's cold and then it's like then they shit and then it's just like, oh, it's horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. Okay, I'm gonna say something else now.
Okay, go.
I'm gonna say two things.
Right.
The first thing, I think people are going to be like, why is she so down on it? And then the second thing is just common sense. I really felt the emotion and the love and the proudness that Sheree has for Cairo becoming a dad and like doing all this stuff and stepping up. But why is she praising him for doing shit that her dad is supposed to do? I'm confused.
Basic human behavior.
I'm confused. Am I missing something here? Like,
he can hold the baby. He
feeds the baby.
He can change a nappy. Yeah,
that's what that's supposed to do.
That's the basic thing of having a baby.
Is that? Are you raising your son? Obviously, she's not. She's doing it differently.
I think that's special.
But why?
Yeah.
Like, he should be. So all the stuff that a woman does without ever having to get anything for it, plus managing the other children, plus looking after a husband, plus doing all the other things and working full time, probably. Yeah. We don't get any of that.
No, it's amazing, isn't it? But people still do it now. People say to me all the time, it's so amazing that he picks up the kids. I'm like, well, they're his kids.
My biggest pet peeve.
No one's ever said to a mum, oh my God, it's amazing you pick your kids up from school. Like, well, yeah, eventually they're in social services otherwise.
My biggest pet peeve is your husband babysitting. No,
he's at home with our children.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like we should be raising our boys and our sons for it to be something that we praise for them to act like a normal, decent human being. It blows my mind.
We're past that.
I
thought, it's too basic. Also, I think Sheree is not, because how old is that baby? That baby's small, and she's saying that she should be weaned.
So this was my second point.
Right.
That was common sense. So when I say Rosie, I screamed at my TV like,
I thought you would not be impressed.
You do not give a child of 3 months baby cereal. Don't do it. It's not okay. I don't care what granny, or what great aunt or what woman in the bush, whatever it is, told you that you're supposed to do with babies. It doesn't help them sleep longer. It isn't good for them. In fact, it does the opposite. It fucks their tummies up and they stay up all night with gas. So more for you for doing it in the first place. I don't like judging people. I don't like mum shaming people, but there's certain things that I can't stand by and let go.
But we know now. We didn't used to know things. Now we know. We know that kids shouldn't have solids at that age. So, and Sheree hasn't had a baby for 30 years or however long it is. Also, I did like that her daughter said that they should just give it a whiskey.
See, I'm more on board with that than I am with the baby cereal.
I can remember a little old lady in Dagenham that was pushing the pram repeatedly round and round and round, and the second I would stop, he would scream. She was like, he just needs a whiskey. I'm like, well, one of us does.
Yeah, exactly. You breastfed. Surely it's all osmosis at that point. You
Yeah,
just had like 6 whiskeys and then gave him the boob.
Yeah, also he only ever slept for 45 minutes. If I'd had 6 whiskeys, I'd have flung him out the window.
Oh, and he's so lovely now, though.
Yeah, I like him now. It was worth it.
Then
we had more flashbacks, but I can't quite remember what they were for. But there was I feel like there was a lot of flashbacks. Well, there was flashbacks of Cairo, wasn't there, as like a kid?
Yeah. He's a very good-looking man.
And we have seen him through quite a period of time, haven't we?
Yeah, yeah.
This show's been on a while. I was like, oh yeah, he was genuinely a child.
He was. Yeah, he was. And now he's like a full-blown man.
Yeah.
Oh, she did a good job though raising those
kids.
Yeah. They all seem really well adjusted.
They
and really
do seem
lovely,
good,
considering Bob Whitfield is their father.
Absolutely.
And now I'm a fan of Bob Whitfield now because he makes me laugh. But he's a deplorable
not good
human.
man. I don't think you should be in a relationship with him.
Oh no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Don't leave him around your kids. Don't you take him at face value. You go out for a drink with him. He's not like a
yeah. He's level 1 friend.
Yep. That's it, exactly.
So we go to Drew's house. We see her kids with their basketball coach.
She's out here raising NBA. Is that it?
Sure.
Yeah, I think it's NBA. Yeah, National Basketball Association. I don't know. I don't know what it stands for. It's got B in it. Makes sense.
Bound to have B's. The B's definitely going to be basketball, isn't it? Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, she's out here raising NBA stars.
Right.
And Ralph's himself and forgets he had surgeries.
My word. So, even though he's made of steel, but he's had some sort of dick surgery. What was that? I missed that.
I'm assuming he had a vasectomy. I'm assuming that's what that was.
Okay, fine.
But that's not a surgery. It's a quick.
It's like a piercing, isn't it?
Yeah.
You don't say you've had surgery if you had your ears pierced.
No. And you also don't say you've had surgery if you bust a child out your vagina.
No.
You do if you have a C-section, and that's a brutal surgery. Hats off to women who had C-sections. I don't. Blows my mind. Blows my mind.
Get a full-on surgeon in on that one.
Yeah. But like, yeah, he's
so full of shit though, isn't he? That's the thing. He can't even remember what he said.
He Ralphs himself.
Yeah. Maybe that makes it better. Maybe it's less personal to Drew if he actually does do it even to himself.
And also, they met this woman 5 minutes ago, and they keep calling her cousin Courtney.
Cousin.
It's just Courtney.
And also, like, they're not that related, are they?
Well, no one knows how are they? Do we?
It's somebody's grandmother. I think they did try and explain it, but it wasn't like, oh, my auntie is your mum. That is what your cousin is. And then I just, when Drew starts talking about whatever the storyline, I was just like, what are you trying to say?
I didn't understand anything apart from the fact that she thinks she can throw down because she's from Chicago.
From Chicago.
Then her confessional, I felt like she brought it back when she said, you can't attack your friends because of your past trauma. And I was like, okay, Drew.
That does sound like good. That sounds wise.
A therapist has clearly said this to her and she's regurgitating it. But at the time, it was sound advice.
Yeah. I'm not sure if she's fully digested it, but yeah, it is good advice.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
I'm here for that more than I think those kids are going to be basketball stars.
They're going to be like Ralph and just sit on the bench.
neither of them look tall. Don't you have to be like 8 foot tall? You have to be tall, don't you?
There are small basketball players.
I'm not sure there are anymore. I think there were. And now I think the small ones are 6'5".
Oh, okay.
And then the big...
We see Sheree and her friend who has been cheerleading her cooch. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah. I can't,
Just the way that was it. That's all we saw.
Yeah.
It was a sort of like cooch.
A little snippet of, and us being like, sorry, what?
They love doing that to us at the minute, though, don't they? They're like giving us
just like a little drop in, yeah. Just
random
still remembering.
Like, oh, God,
it's like there's an algorithm. They go, oh, we better do a little bit of little shot screen FaceTime there.
It's bizarre. And then Marlo and her nephews were journaling, and then see, that's the stuff. Why are we seeing that? Like full scenes of them being a family and living life. I would love to see that.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Nice. I don't know. Maybe is there a limit to how much they can show of the boys or anything? I don't know.
Yeah.
It feels... I thought all the journaling and stuff felt quite like forced from Marlo's point this time. Whereas like when she was like with the life coach and they were doing like the mission statement and stuff, I thought it seemed like awkward, like the language, but I thought it felt genuine.
Yeah.
Whereas this, I was like, oh, I don't really believe this.
And she keeps saying that she doesn't know what it's like to be happy. She hasn't been happy in a long time and all the rest of it. It's just like,
yeah.
Is that true? Or are you just...
And what do you think happiness is in this? Like, I would like to see your definition of happiness in this.
Yeah.
Because if you're... Happiness is one of those things, isn't it? Like, you've got to take and define and highlight the joy, or else... I mean, obviously, everyone has... There's levels. Some people have truly terrible, awful lives. But, like, anyone can focus on the negative.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's true. You kind of have to see. I mean, she's healthy.
Yeah,
she's got a nice house. She's got
well.
Great fashions.
She's looking after those kids. Like, I'm sure that's tough and everything, but like, yeah,
she has a purpose, right? Like,
yeah,
and I think that's a big part of it for me, personally.
So then we're going to go to the escape room, which you are right is not in Courtney's house. Frankly, I'm not sure what I was imagining. I've never done an escape room, though. I can't think of anything worse.
Well, I would like to do an escape room. Mike and I talk about it as like a date night thing, but we would kill each other.
I know. I would just... I am too much of a know-it-all.
Yeah.
And like fully believe my own chat, don't I? So I'd be like, well, it's clearly this. And then if it was wrong, I'd be like, well, that's wrong. Yeah. Like I would annoy myself and then I would hate everybody else.
Yeah. You need to have a very strategic team, I think. Like the 4 people that ended up doing it in the end, I don't think have a
No, it wasn't a team. No, absolutely
There's no balance of power there.
I always wanted to go on the Crystal Maze.
Yes.
And then they opened that, didn't they? They like redid it in like, was it in Greenwich?
Yeah, and you could go and do it. A couple of my friends did it.
Yeah, I knew people who did it, but it's not the same without Richard. What's his name?
I don't know, but you need him. You need a camp commentator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I think the magic would be really broken when you saw it as like a set and it not actually being sort of a little tiny enclosed space.
Yeah, because you imagine like being panicky and freaking out because you're locked in a room, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to know how heavy the crystals are too.
Oh, yeah.
And I also feel like them people's tactic for getting the money, the gold things at the end was bullshit.
Nobody seems to have ever thought about the actual...
No.
Getting in the actual igloo globe thing.
Yeah. Like, come on.
Yeah, be better.
Do your work. Do the work, people. Do the work. Honestly. So the ladies all turn up to the beat the bomb.
Well, so first we have some like pre-thing of that. So we have Candy on the phone saying she's going to come even though she doesn't like Courtney and she's got her hair insured, which I loved.
Yeah. In her red wig. So do you think we didn't get to see Brooklyn's party this year because Mark stopped it from happening?
Quite possibly.
Or Mark's at the party?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. But Candy's like, yeah, I had other things to do. I just walk around my house in my pajamas.
Yeah.
So I sent the nanny. And then she wonders why
and
people
then she rings.
And then she wonders why people tell her she doesn't spend enough time with her kids.
But also, can you imagine if you invited me and my kids to your house and I said I can't come, and then I send them, and then I ring you?
Yeah.
Be like, fancy a chat? You'd be like, fuck off, and look after your kids.
And she asked if they were there as well.
Yeah.
It's like, do you not know where your kids are? This is so bizarre to me. This is how rich people live. I don't understand it.
No, it's a world, isn't it?
Wow. Okay.
Especially after like last season, they were like broken into and shit. You think you'd have those kids low jack?
I know.
I mean, and then there's more of Marlo, isn't there, to like amping up the situation and all of it. And she is like, she calls Candy a lion ass bitch. Oh no, Candy
calls Marlo.
Yeah, when they're on the phone. And I'm like, because you sort of started off like trying to be all like professional and classy, and then she just, I was like, oh, this is really going to slide, isn't it? It's not going to go well.
No. It's just the way she said it was well with the afro. It was giving me very Foxy Brown.
Yeah.
Kind of, Shaft-esque.
Yeah, she would be excellent in any of those roles. I would sign her up in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Lana's bitch. I loved it. But yes, they go to the event, then they
go to beat the bomb. Everyone turns up
in their workout gear, looking like grade 10 stacks. Like, how do you look? Anytime Sheree's backside is in shot, I don't hear or see anything else. There is nothing else. That woman's bum is so high and tight. I'm obsessed with it.
It is amazing.
Obsessed. If I throw something out that's bouncing back and smacking me in the face.
Oh yeah. Crack nuts with it.
Oh, good Lord.
But we find out that she like didn't tell anybody that her son was having a baby.
3 months ago.
Yeah.
That's like bizarre, no?
Yeah, I think she's not so cool with it all, maybe.
Or was she waiting for it to be on camera?
Maybe. Yeah, okay, I hadn't thought of that. Maybe.
Because she does need something to distract from She-Bite. She still isn't selling much yet.
Yeah. Candy arrives. She's full of energy.
Oh, she's on 10.
She turned up.
Not today, Satan. Not today.
Well,
did she copy that from Candice, or is that just a thing that people say?
It's just a saying at this point.
Yeah, but yeah, fair.
Yeah, and then it all just descends. It's bad. It's just all.
Drew was in the middle. I would have been so terrified. Standing in the middle of Marlo and Candy, like Drew's face just like her head's whipping from side to side. She's like, no.
But why is Drew there initially? Like it's so bad. And then Courtney's like really trying to do the assignment. She's like, so how are the kids? And he's like, I can't talk to you. Do you see what's happening? Nobody's watching
us. Stop trying to get screen time, bitch. This
is
not relevant right now.
This is the scene over here. Shut up and watch.
And then Monietta tries to get up, and then she comes back to the table, and then everybody's like,
that's when you know it's like a nightmare in it, when people start backing and forth. It's like, oh no. And then they go outside.
Like, oh, and then Kenny was like, no, this is it now. One of us, we have to get up. This is it. And she goes, oh my God. And Candy is doing the absolute most. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So who do you think okay, we shouldn't really talk about this because we don't condone violence, but if Candy and Marlo went at it, who would you put your money on?
Oh, interesting.
But I don't know.
I think maybe then in that moment, Candy, because she was so hyped.
Yeah.
And I think she doesn't come to play.
No.
I think she might just like get just one swift down, like crack her skull on the pavement.
Yeah. Because she was raised by Mama Joyce and the old LGs, and they don't fuck around.
No, there's bodies everywhere, aren't there?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole point. We're not talking about it. We're not supposed to be talking about the violence in Candy's life, which does make it a bad look when it's like, well, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. Like, yeah. Okay. And then you're bringing up her past and her being violent, and I'm like, well, it's okay, but we're here because we're not allowed to talk about how people get shot where you work. And I don't think it's Candy's fault, but I'm like, but this is not the press statement.
No, and also it's not a far-fetched concept that she understands and is surrounded by violence, right?
Yeah. Like, I don't know anyone who's been shot. So Candy knows quite a lot of people who've been shot. She should be aware how that hits. But I think Marlo's like, she's all like, well, it's like one rule for Candy.
Yeah, so that's when
the
she
whole
goes into that.
The whole world is like, yes, it is.
Yeah, but I can understand Marlo's point, and I can see why that gets her so angry and so upset.
I can see that it's not, but Candy's the boss.
But the way that she, like, why is she conveying it? That, like, if she'd have just had an open dialogue and said, look, this makes me upset because I'm obviously treated differently to Candy for obvious reasons, but like, if she'd have just said that from day one, I think it would have been a completely different, it would have landed differently. None of us would be looking at Marlo sideways like, what the fuck are you doing?
And what Candy doesn't like is being told that she hasn't fulfilled her obligations to people.
Yeah.
Like, I think
really annoys her, doesn't it?
Yeah, because I think she generally does try and look after everybody.
Yeah, except for Todd. But yeah.
Except for Todd, but he's like a Johnny come lately, isn't he? As Joyce would say. But like, so saying like, you should have sent flowers and you should have done this. Well, I think actually she's pretty much done all the calculations of going, what are all the things that I need to do? And what are the things that, because how many people are trying to take the piss out of her all the time financially? Yeah. It's probably like 200 people a day. So she can't start giving to all of those people.
No.
Or else there'll be thousands every day. She'll never get anything done.
Yeah, it's true.
But I think, so I think she reacts badly, but I don't think she should bring up that Marlo has a violent past. Because I'm like, you were just here saying how you were going to kick the shit out of her.
Yeah.
I did like watching them all pretending to like be ready to fight in the parking lot. I thought that was hilarious. Beyond funny.
I enjoyed watching Sanya have a real opinion.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, you can't be calling her a chick. No, I'm not having that. That was the first time I've ever seen her actually defend someone. And
just like reply honestly, just like immediately in her thoughts. Yeah.
Yeah. Not one of these, well, that's not really how it went. Well, but I think it's because it was Drew. She really doesn't like Drew, does she? She
doesn't like Drew. And she says that she doesn't like people perpetuating the stereotypes of like angry black women, I guess.
Yeah, which is fair. Because Marlo wasn't doing anything. Like Marlo said, she had her hands on her hips. She wasn't being any more aggressive than Candy was. In fact, Candy was the one.
Candy was like,
she was scary. She was the aggressor one. She was the aggressor there, 100%.
Can you imagine being there though, and that's being filmed? You'd be like, well.
Did you see the people with the camera pan to the crowd? They were all just like, what the fuck? It'd be scary.
It's a lot, isn't it? Jesus,
like, if my kids were in there, I'd be like dragging my kids out, being like, you don't need to see this. Like,
So then they go, and then the 4 remainers have shots.
Yeah, and they
also,
go.
This seems like an odd time for shots to me.
Well, yeah, I don't ever think it's a wrong time for a shot. But
they don't beat the bomb. They get bombed.
They do get bombed.
Surprise to no one.
My God. That is the biggest spider I have ever seen.
No, it's not.
Jesus.
Take a picture, send me. You alone.
Well, I don't know about that, but I can't see the spider anymore.
Squirrel nearly came in my house today.
You know how I feel about squirrels. Anyway, no final thoughts on Atlanta.
No, sorry, slight sideline. New Jersey?
Oh, God.
New Jersey I was excited about New Jersey. I was excited to finally talk to the husbands.
Yeah.
And then I was just all sorts of sad.
I felt really bad for Andy.
Oh. But Andy is like a glutton for punishment. This is his choice.
Yeah. And
So that moment, and he's like, let's all pretend. Let's play that game where I'm the host.
But I love the fact that he was calling people out on their bullshit as well. Like, he's just like, no, you have said this. No, this is what she has said. No, like, come on. Like, he's tired of it now. And I think, so the internet... He
does seem exhausted.
Yeah, the internet is very divided. Well, Twitter is anyway, about whose team they're on now.
Oh my God.
Based on Melissa and Teresa. And to be honest with you, I'm going to say what I said before. I believe both of them.
Nobody wins in this. Yeah, there's wrong on both sides.
Wrong on complete wrong. I think they joined the show and kicked off. I think Joe Gorga started it all in the opening scene of his first ever season, where he called her trash or garbage or whatever at the christening and kicked off. Now, I think he did that for TV. I don't think he truly believed anything that he said.
Yeah.
He thought that he was going to get the same reaction as Teresa got when she flipped the table. And I think that's what he was trying to do. But it didn't fill Teresa in on his plan.
Yeah.
So she took it as an actual attack on her. Yeah. And I think since then, it's been tit for tat. And I think
just snowballed.
It's just, I think he started it.
But
I'm not.
But I think Louis is finishing it. I think Louis is...
He is terrifying.
It's not okay.
It's really not. I thought Joe Beningo, whatever his name is, how do you say it? Bonigo?
Yeah, I can never get it.
Anyway, was going to get up off his chair whenever he said to Marge, be careful.
Yeah, when he said, did you just threaten us?
And John Fuda wasn't having any of it.
Oh, John Fuda, MVP, I'd say.
Came to play.
Yeah.
Don't come and talk to me and apologise to me unless you admit that what you've done.
That's what he said. Yeah, like, I'm not shaking your hand. You can apologise like a man. Or fuck off.
Yeah.
Absolutely right. Absolutely. Loved it. Loved the matching handkerchief, like pocket square with his wife's dress. Loved all of it.
Yeah. And I also really loved hearing Frank say, you know, I'm a nice guy. And I don't really get involved at the reunions. I don't really say much. But I'm an alpha man. And when you upset me, I get nasty.
I loved him of Louis being like, well, don't let me, like, I know I've got stuff on you. And he's like, everyone knows what I did.
Yeah.
Everyone knows. Like, nobody's saying I'm squeaky clean. Fact is, everybody already knows about it. And it's looking less and less bad because you look like a psychopath.
Oh my God, he's not well. Louis is not well.
Okay, so we should be in order.
Oh, I don't know if I can. My brain.
Do you think Andy should get Botox?
No.
I agree.
I like that he's got salt and pepper. Well, he's not salt and pepper anymore, is he? He's just grey now.
Yeah.
I like that he's got that, and I like the fact that he looks incredible for his age. He's got 2 small children. He works every hour of every day.
27 hours a day.
And he has to listen to these women shout at each other continuously. I think he looks good.
I think he looks great. Would you let Bill Hayden do any sort of procedure on you?
I would have to see his side piece.
Oh, yeah, good point. Good.
If his side piece looks good, then I'll be like, all right, you can come through. Because he's obviously tuning that up, right? So
I assume so.
Yeah.
I like the Paulie Frank relationship. I'm choosing to believe that is all nice.
Yeah.
And getting there. I liked I can't beat him in the hair, so I'll beat him in the teeth.
Oh,
all of that was fun.
So cute.
And I liked that Frank's bought a house and
he's moving out, but he hasn't told David.
It's too much.
When Andy asked him what language did Brittany think they spoke in Ireland, and then Frank was just like, I mean, that's just what makes Brittany Brittany. Like, he's like, have you seen her? I'm not with her because she's smart.
I'm not here for the conversation.
I'm here for a good time.
And she's turned on to good time 10 days a week, and she's fine.
Oh, I would hack. It's like what Gabriella said. It's just like having a real life play date or something.
I liked that Frank was like, said he was really hurt by like Paulie's mum's shades.
I felt that. I felt like he was genuinely upset. I did. Oh, bless him. He's
and then
so
we
cute.
get into the crazy of Louis.
Pajamas.
The pajamas. And he's like, no, I didn't mean to say that. I didn't mean to come out like that. It's like, it's filmed, you idiot.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry if I made you uncomfortable. The fucking world clenched its ass at that comment, mate.
It was horrendous. Oh my God. But what was it now? Sweatsuit that he wore?
Loungewear. Something like that, yeah.
Oh, for God's sake.
And then, Joe's like, I want to believe you, but...
Yeah, but I felt every time Joe Gorga, not Melissa, but every time Joe Gorga spoke, I believe that was, like, I felt it was genuine. I felt like there was honesty behind the words that he was saying.
I just don't think he's smart enough to be just like...
Whereas I didn't believe a single word Melissa said.
No. And a lot of the words that Teresa said sounded so coached.
Oh, 100%.
Like, we know how she speaks.
Yeah. And when she forgot what she was supposed to say was when she short-circuited and just started screaming.
But like when she said that Melissa was a gaslighting bitch.
Yeah.
I thought, that's not your words.
You don't know what a gaslighter is because you wouldn't be with Louis if you did.
Exactly.
Like, come on now.
Yeah.
Oh, I like seeing them swear though. It makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside.
Well, I think what I've realised is that I like uncensor it when they censor it. I think I hear the swear words all the time.
Right, okay.
My brain is just hardwired that way.
No, I mean, I hear the swearing, but it's just nice to actually hear them follow it through.
Yeah, I much prefer it, yeah.
It does make me feel warm and fuzzy. But yeah, basically, anytime anyone talks about anything, about any topic or any conversation, Teresa and Melissa scream at each other.
Just get into it. Doesn't matter if we're talking about the men getting hazed. Doesn't matter if we're talking about Paul's still wife. It's all just like they just scream at each other.
Let's talk about the podcast situation quickly.
Okay.
So Joe and Melissa have been talking openly about Teresa and her family on their podcast. Like, really, it's almost like they don't realize that people are listening to it.
People can hear that.
Yeah, like they say stuff and then they're like, oh no, but that's not what, but no, you can't backtrack it now, you said it.
Yeah. It's out there in the internet. Nothing is ever gone.
And you are talking about the kids. You have been speaking about the kids. And then most recent episode, I think they said it's not like our kids are like the other children on the show who are like dialed up and ready to go in confessionals. So obviously you're talking about Gia.
Oof. Yeah. Well, and then all the girls were in the wedding one, weren't they?
Yeah. I mean, other kids have been in it too. Like the Manzo children used to do confessionals.
They were never really children, were they?
No, I suppose
like
they were grown.
Yeah, like by the time we saw the Manzo children, they were like in their 20s.
Yeah.
Whereas we've seen those kids from like born for some of them, haven't we? Like, so they are, some of them are still kids.
Yeah, I just feel like you can't be sitting there going that you want to have something, you want to do something, and then go back and say, look, just don't ever come for someone's kids, especially Teresa. Teresa doesn't fuck around when it comes to her kids.
Yeah.
And I think those are the only people in this world who are going to be able to convince her to leave Louis.
Maybe Jacqueline, they're busy mates.
Anyway, let's get back on track.
So what about little Frankie? I don't want to fuck with Dolores, do you? She's like, nah, shut that down.
Yeah, like they tried a thing, didn't they? Like Joe Gorga, they all tried to get something out of Louis for that, and then she was like, nope, absolutely not.
Joe Gorga, we've never had an issue. You don't want an issue? I was like, I don't want an issue with her. I'd shut up.
And then Paulie was like, just chill. Just chill.
It's all right.
We
don't need to murder anyone. It's fine.
But she's
and do you think that's because she doesn't want... I'm not reading that's because she's Team Louis. I think she's just like, no, my kids are not in this. This is not a my family thing.
And that's what she said. I don't want my kids involved in this cesspit of anything. Like, it was specifically, I'm not having them brought into your argument. Like, this is not fair.
Not this shit, which is going bad whichever way.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And then John Fuder.
But I liked Andy because he was like, well, all of this begs a lot more questions.
Yeah, this isn't the end of this story.
I don't think you've shut that up quite as well as you think there, Dolores.
There's way more going on. Way more. And then John Fuder pipes up, doesn't he? And starts going in about Bo
how
Diddle.
He's been investigated about by Bo Diddle. This is just a noise now that our mouths say. Like, we just accept that that's someone's name.
Yeah, because it doesn't even register to me that that's a name.
It's such an odd concept of a noise.
Bo is fine, but when it's spelt correctly, not B-O.
Yeah.
It's not B-E-A-U, doesn't it? Yeah. For Bo?
Yeah, or it can have an X.
Or it can have an X, yeah. Not after the O, because that would be Box.
Have you met my daughter Box?
Again, we've probably started a trend now, and a bunch of people are going out calling their kids Bo, but it's spelt Box. But Louis basically,
so he
hasn't
says
been getting anyone investigated.
No, he doesn't.
Why would John Fuder lie?
Exactly. I wrote that down. Why would John Fuder lie?
It doesn't make any sense to me. And he's so riled up about it. Like, he feels it. Like, he's not
significantly more upset about this situation than he was about his wife, like, crying over their infertility and their struggle and whether they should have another baby. Like that, he was like, it's all right. Like, we're going to sort through it. Like, he was very calm about that. But this, he's fucking pissed about.
He's fuming. And he's like, I've got connections. Big ones. I know what's going on. I want to know what's in that envelope. Why do we never get to see what's in the envelope?
I just think, I like flooring just sounds like, again, it just sounds, they're really on the nose, aren't they? In New Jersey. Like, it's like, yeah. And so,
but apparently they've been followed at dinner as well.
They've been followed at dinner, though not very well.
No, because
on
you're
the next
sitting
table
right next
over. Unless you're like telling somebody, like that's like a threat, isn't it? Like, I'm watching.
Oh, yes, it is.
So, but Louis friends with Bo Diddle, but he hasn't hired Bo Diddle, but Bo Diddle sent security to the television studio. Like, you can't just send a heavy to a television studio.
Well, because Margaret has been talking to bloggers.
Yes.
So the reason why the security guard is there is because of Margaret.
Because the mad bloggers are going to come and murder them.
Yeah. So they brought up...
Have they met a blogger? Because I don't think bloggers murder people.
I don't know.
I just don't feel like they've got the upper body strength.
The one... Fair point. The one that they brought up, the Rurelas or the Rulalas or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Has been causing some damage online. Like, it's bad. Like, posting private information about the Gorga children. Like, she has been going hard for Teen Teresa and Louis. To the point where the people that I integrate with on Twitter are like, you need to stay away from this person. Like, you need to block, delete, don't go anywhere near them. Like, they're insane.
People are insane.
And then apparently
the Melissa fans are insane.
Yeah, found information about, and then like people are finding information about Twitter accounts and Instagram accounts because they're on Team Gorga or Team Ruella, and they're like finding their personal information and putting that online. Like, this is where this person's account, this is where they live, this is their children's name, this is the school their kids go to. Like, guys, if you're listening to this and you're like, it's
not that
show.
big a deal, babe.
It's a show.
There's like real terrible shit happening in the world. You're going to get upset about something.
I generally don't believe any of our listeners are that crazy because they're good people.
And, you know, use that energy. Like, the government's trying to take away our right to protest and our right to have an abortion. Like, go and speak to someone about that.
Yeah. How about stricter gun laws so your kids don't get killed? You know, just like little things.
Yeah.
Take your kids to a drag show. You know, have some fun. Jesus.
Yes, people have really lost a sense of proportionality, haven't they?
Yeah, and then
So then we talk about the pizza ovens.
Oh God.
So this is my headline about the pizza ovens. Louis just casually says how he puts all of it in Teresa's name.
Yeah.
Mate, learn. Don't have that shit put in your name. Why is he putting a business in your name that you
I don't know, and she probably signed the piece of paper and she didn't read it.
Read things. You have been burnt. Oh my God.
Like, yeah, she's not smart.
Gia should just take all the pens out of the house.
Gia should run the house.
Yeah, but I feel like there's no need for her to have pens. Like all the pens out, and then she can't sign things.
Louis would probably stab her finger though, and like use blood.
Yeah. Ugh. So Louis and Mr. Dina are like, he's like, no, it's fine, we're fine, we didn't have a row at all.
And Louis says that Mr. Dina's gonna sue Joe.
Yes. I mean, he has to take a ticket at this point, I think, but I'm like, I think that man just doesn't want to be involved with this show.
Yeah, just leave him alone.
I think he doesn't want you to be talking about him.
Yeah, bless.
But Jacqueline told Teresa that Joe Gorga informed on Joe Giudice.
Yes.
And that's what broke Teresa's heart.
Yes.
But she's not mentioned it in the past 8 years.
Oh.
Or in the season.
Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't seem logical, does it?
Does not.
Oh.
Then we get Frank putting his like professional
jacket
pants on. Yeah. Imagine. I find it because I sort of think this is a show, and then he got in their real life. He was his real lawyer.
Yeah. He went to law school.
Imagine
he studied
like, opposing counsel. You'd be like, oh, good Lord.
Like he's running out of the gym and then going straight into like a court. Like it's bizarre.
It's insane. But yeah, but did he just say that Joe didn't go? He didn't answer anything.
He refused to speak to them. But that's not what Jacqueline Narita says. So
and that's one of those things, isn't it? Like it implies something.
Yeah.
But what can you do? I think that's the best course of action. But
my favorite line, I think, from the whole reunion is when Joe Gorga calls Louis a disaster. Like he is a disaster.
That man is calling you a disaster.
But like it's true, Louis is a disaster.
Spot on.
It was the way he said it was. It was like he is a disaster. I died. It was brilliant. Oh, and then Teresa blames Margaret for breaking up her family.
She blames everybody. Everybody put her in prison. Everybody broke up her family. Even Marge is like, what?
Wait, hold on. She was like, I fell asleep for a second. What happened? What did I do?
Sorry, how? Your family? What are we talking about?
Oh.
Yeah. Just the list of things that like Louis just said as like weird non-specific threats, like it all comes out in the end. I know everything. I'm watching you. All of this shit. I'm like,
let's play.
People can hear you. Yeah. Like, what the actual fuck?
Yeah, it's bizarre. It's bizarre.
And then she gets up and storms off, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Because this is when they've rung Gia.
Yeah.
And talked about how, like, whether Gia said that Joe could do better, and when they called Joe about the cheating rumor, and there was multiple men. I didn't say there was multiple men, but I did tell you about several men. And
and then they name a name that we don't know, and then yeah, it's bizarre.
Even though Teresa's like shouting at John Food, like, you've got proof? Like, you got any proof?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just that's what I mean.
You assume Andy's like, afterwards he's like, what is in that envelope?
Yeah, I want to know what's in that envelope. Why do we never get to see what's inside the envelopes? It's so annoying.
I think stage managers just got envelopes, just that they're just handing out.
Yeah,
could have anything in. Oh, got copies of the Daddy Diaries in.
But I believe the story that Gia Boric just said, like, do better. Like,
yes,
I don't think I think Joe. But I said this before, didn't I? A couple of episodes ago, I said that I think
it's not a strong point.
Joe didn't understand the point of what was being said.
Yeah. Though I think Gia has like she's followed her mum this far. What can you do?
Yeah,
I feel bad for her. Like, let her enjoy herself. Don't ring her, and then don't ring her and cry. And like, like the first phone call is possibly excusable for like, what did you say? But then like to ring her back and be like, I'm crying. It's like, why are you shitting all over her pie? Calm down.
Yeah,
let her be. So I do like Andy being like, don't take anything. Do as I say, not as I do.
Exactly. And
then that's when she's like stormed off, and Frank is like, "This is worse than it ever was with Joe Giudice."
Yeah,
like
Joe Giudice never got involved.
No,
he would talk shit to Teresa when they were alone, but when they were in a group setting, he would never intervene. He would never say anything. He would never kind of
Whereas Louis is on it like flies on shit.
He is enjoying it.
He absolutely loves it. Insane. And then the network executive like turns up to like try and coax Teresa back on. I like it when we see all the tangential people. I like that.
Yeah.
And again, Dolores is there like, everybody shut the fuck up. Don't say anything.
Don't add your 2 pence to this. It's not worth it. And Danielle tries to be the voice of reason, doesn't she? But it falls on deaf ears.
Yeah, nobody's listening to her because like her authority is shot to shit, isn't it? So it's like this has no impact coming out of your mouth, unfortunately.
Oh yeah. And then it's like final thoughts, basically.
Because it's like, this is so awful and so awkward.
But and if Teresa ever had a car accident, Joe would come and help her.
It's like, I think this is quite clumsy.
I don't think,
like, if she has a car accident now, you are fucked.
She's gonna blame you.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna look like you. Like, I wouldn't put it past Louis to cut her brakes and blame you.
Oh Lord. You're not wrong.
I mean, they drive those absolutely enormous cars, so she'll be fine.
Yeah, it's not like, she's not going to have any damage. Yeah.
Yeah, and again, I thought John Fuda really, like, held his own again, like, because I just thought, like, he's got no need to lie.
No, none.
He's got no need to, like, he's talked about, like, he's kind of shown his, maybe he hasn't. I was going to say he's sort of shown us his dirty laundry, and that, like, there is the ex-partner and she's in prison, but we know that that's not a dirty secret.
Yeah.
Unless, I don't know, who knows what there is, but
we don't know why she's in jail.
Yeah, but I'm not sure how much, like, it's going to be hard for that if that reflected on him in any way, we would know, right?
Yeah, true, we would. Yeah, by now
someone would have found
out. Yeah.
So I just don't think he has any reason to lie. Like, he's been prepared to put everything on this TV show. So I don't see there's any why he would start lying now. No, I don't think so.
No, you're right.
Yeah, and I like that he won't shake hands with Louis and he won't swallow the Kool-Aid and all of that.
Yeah.
He just thinks he can, like, schmooze. And then that's it.
I thought it was kind of rich, though, at the end when Jen Aiden was like, at the end of the day, the show is about us all being friends. And I'm like, you're the biggest instigator in the whole fucking group.
Who are you fucking friends with?
Teresa.
But you're Teresa's friend. She's not your friend.
It's fair. That's very true. Yeah, she's going to die on that cross alone, Miss Jen Aiden.
Yeah. Because we did talk a little bit about how their marriage is better now.
After the one therapy session.
What a great therapist. No wonder that woman's hair looks so dry. She's putting all her energy into healing people.
She can't afford hair products because
because we were solved after one
session. That's not like a viable business model, is it?
As Marlo said, get well soon. Not that soon.
Right? Need to hook them in for at least a year.
Yeah. And then other thing that I found really startling, which is not particularly like, not as heavy, is that Joe Gorga was wearing a short-sleeved shirt under that suit jacket.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, he takes it up and it's a short-sleeved shirt.
Why would you do that?
I guess because it's hot in telly. Like, I think it's like actually not stupid, but hilarious.
Okay.
Like, we do it all the time where like it's just a bib. It's just like a front.
Yeah.
But yeah, the idea that you would wear a full suit with a short sleeve shirt blows my mind.
Yeah, that's bizarre. It's not right.
It's not right.
Oh. Oh, poor Joe Gorga.
I think he's sad. I think Melissa's happy. And then she's all suddenly like, yeah, whatever. We'll always keep the door open. Like, I'll always love you. Like, you've just been spitting feather at her for 3 hours.
Do you reckon they go home and they're fine and they're just laughing at all of us for believing this?
Yeah, maybe. I think that's a better option.
Like, they went out for dinner afterwards and they're like, I can't believe the idiots fell for it again.
No, I don't think so. Not with the Gorgas. Not with the Gorga
Ruellas.
Like Ruella Deville. That's how I will remember it.
I wouldn't be shocked if you told me he wore coats from puppies.
Human skin.
Or human skin, absolutely. Oh, anyway, let's talk about the OC. Nice.
Oh Christ! I forgot we got another one.
Yep.
The OC.
Nice, easy one though, because it's fun, it's light, it's entertaining. It's not
okay.
People pulling chunks out of each other.
Sure. So it's fine. Everyone's getting along really well.
Well, you know what I mean. It's like it's not like,
yeah, it's not the
you
same.
don't recoil.
No families are being ruined, are they?
It's not like gut punching. Like, so it opens with Jen, Emily, and Gina going for drinks and food.
Yes.
And I need to see more footage of Shannon doing yoga.
All of the Shannon doing yoga. That is a Patreon we'll sign up to.
My friend Emily is just, I don't know why people hate Emily. She is one of the funniest people. Where she's like, it could have been Shannon's 100th time and she still would have been bad at doing yoga. Her confessionals are fantastic. Her one-liners are incredible.
She's smart.
She's just, I love Emily so much.
What do you think about Gina just being curious as to whether Jen cheated on her husband?
I think it's fucking rude. Quite frankly.
I'm just curious. I'm just curious. I don't think that's
you had an affair,
true.
right? I'm not judging.
I'm not judging. Oh,
just asking.
I mean, there's no polite way to ask that.
Yeah, but because you've been cheated on doesn't mean then you can go ask other people about their marital situation. I've been like, bitch, you need to back the fuck up out of my business.
Yeah.
Not acceptable, but I kind of wanted to know, so I'm glad she asked.
Well, it's that, isn't it? We do want to know.
Yeah.
But she should just talk about it behind her back like normal people.
Absolutely. But listen.
Because Tamra knows.
The way Jen said she had an emotional affair and she was very open about it is a breath of fresh air, because the other ladies would have skirted about the truth for months. Yeah. And then it would have come out.
I'm not sure if they know what an emotional affair is.
Okay, so a non-physical affair. I
don't. Can you imagine Tamra understanding that concept?
No, Tamra doesn't understand emotion.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's either angry or she's not. There's no in between.
Okay. We go to Heather's house. I don't give a shite about those kids going to college.
A monogrammed house for college?
Fuck off. Just actually fuck off.
I thought the whole thing was obscene. We're in a crisis where people can't even afford to put food on their tables and you're monogramming towels for your kids to take to college.
And that's her whole... That's her storyline? No.
I get that she's rich and I'm proud of her husband for making them all their money. And I'm very... But like, just at some point, you have to stop. The appeal of Heather Dubrow's gone for me.
Yep.
I loved her when she was first on the show. And then when she was off the show, I was very excited for her to come back.
Yeah.
And I'm not feeling her. And the way Emily described her as well on the boat, the way she was just like smashing glasses left, right, and centre, interrupting private conversations. I'm assuming she was drunk. She seemed drunk to me.
Yeah, but I think she thinks she's doing the job now.
Yeah.
And it's too heavy-handed.
I'm not. Yeah. I could do without Head of the Bro now. I'm done.
I'd like to keep Terry though. Find me a better storyline. Bethany it up more.
Yeah.
Like, you're rich, find some good philanthropy.
Yeah.
Where is the homeless and toothless?
Yeah. You said it right.
Hey! 50-50.
Okay, also, is it legal to use your phone, never mind on FaceTime, whilst you're driving in America?
So you can appear to do what the fuck you like when you're driving in America. No one seems to give a shit. I said this about Potomac, that they're all on their phones on FaceTime and driving.
In a state where marijuana is also legal, so you're probably high.
Gina says she's California sober.
Yeah. So you're also high and easily distracted, but you're going to be on your phone.
I don't think you should be. Well, what's the rule here? Are you allowed to be on your phone in the car? You're allowed to be on hands-free.
No, you're not even allowed to do that now. They're stopping that now.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
No, 100%. My phone connects to the car, right? And I get in and then it's all like Bluetooth connected. So when someone rings me, it like comes up on my car dashboard. But even then, I'm like, that's really distracting. Because my phone starts to ring, so I turn and look.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be allowed.
No, I think that.
Car companies shouldn't do that.
Don't do that. Okay, so the Tamra, Shannon sit down.
Oh. Shannon, Tamra just...
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you go. No, you go.
How do you feel personally about the Simon situation?
That was a long pause, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because I have thought about this a lot. I don't know if, regardless of what Simon has done to Tamra, because he was an abusive ex-husband, right? I don't know if he was physically abusive or if it was just like mentally abusive or whatever. Either way, it's appalling.
She was scared of him.
She was scared of him. I don't know if I would be so quick to help my abusive ex-husband in any situation. However,
like taking food. Like, you can enable people getting food so easily.
However, he is the father of my children and it affects them.
Yeah, true.
So how much can you put aside for that? But like you say, could you not just Uber Eats the man something?
And is there did she know he was going to die?
Did he die?
I think he has died.
Oh.
I think so. Don't know. Shit, I don't know.
Well, either way.
Yeah, no, I feel like the terrible person in me is like, yeah, but then I thought that was really shady of Shannon.
But then, this is the thing, they're both going really low. Like, Tamara's talking about how David wanted her to stop drinking, which we all knew anyway. That's not news to us.
Yeah.
And then her bringing up the thing about Eddie, like, those are the type of people I can't get on with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do that. Like, if I'm going to tell you something in confidence, I should not have to worry that you're going to use that against me in an argument later on. Like, I can't do that.
And I don't think
people that Tamra, I put in my notes about something for later on, but Tamra is dangerous and she's scary. And Emily says that, doesn't she, in that season opener? Like, she attacks her friends and she says stuff, and that's what makes her really dangerous. And it's true, and it's terrifying.
Yeah. And there's just no progress in any of that, is there?
No.
And I don't think either of it works. Like, I think it's like too laughable for Tamra to call Shannon a drunk.
Oh,
and she's
absolutely.
Like falling over a fucking boat. And I don't think Shannon's gonna rock Tamra and Eddie. No.
But I also feel the other things Tamra said were like, she's neurotic and crazy. Well, spot on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't think
I think Shannon's unaware.
She's not good with drink,
No,
I don't know whether she's an alcoholic or not, but she's messy and her relationships seem horrendous.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we go to Jen's house.
She has 5 kids.
She has 5 kids.
We know now.
They eat tacos standing up in the kitchen.
Without any lettuce or beans, which is fine. I don't understand why the kids were complaining for chips, cheese, and meat. That sounds like a great meal.
And she's already said how her like house is chaotic, and then that kid just loses the tooth.
But that's what I think is brilliant about this new edition of Jen. Like, we're seeing a real life situation.
Yeah, we're not pretending we have sit down dinners.
We've learned more about Jen in 5 minutes than we have about Heather Dubrow's entire family life in 12 seasons.
Yeah, great.
It's bizarre.
So, and then I like the kind of reality of that kid. Like, in anyone else, when that kid had passed the driving test, they'd be getting a fucking Beamer or something, wouldn't they? And they're all just like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Who's out there?
Yeah, absolutely. And then and she talks about her son's adoption, and she sees the moment of her son. It's so cute.
Oh, it's lovely. And she's and the fact that she fostered lots of other children as well. She seems real stand up. I thought the language that they use in America chimes so wrong here. Did you not think? I thought the word shelter was awful.
Yeah.
Because I think shelter is a word I associate with animals.
It's true.
It's like,
you're not wrong.
Yeah, she seems like a lovely mum. I mean, she's got 5 kids. Good on her.
Oh God.
We see them all sort of like doing their workouts in their house in various stages of like disaster.
Shannon gave me the most giggles. She just doesn't look natural working out, does she? Like,
in front of that enormous painting of herself.
Yeah, but she talked about that a couple of seasons ago, which I thought was really cute.
Every time I find it terrifying.
Yeah, but like she's just the rest of them look like they knew what they were doing.
She's like a jelly every time.
Even when Emily was getting sat on by a dog, she still looked like she knew what she was doing. But Shannon's
like, go and sit. No, not on me.
I love Emily so much. And then we go to Cut Fitness, where they're dismantling.
They're very carefully taking a sign off a wall that they're going to then smash.
Well, they want to keep the sign, I think.
Yeah, still, it was a bit
and Eddie really doesn't like Shannon.
No.
The best part to come out of their friendship was David.
Yeah, it's slow, isn't it?
Because they're friends.
And it's not like
that's always
David
been
is like super fun guy, is he? Like, he's a psycho. I always thought David was absolutely like scary biscuits.
I really like David, but I know people are going to come for me for that.
No, absolutely not.
Away from Shannon, I think he's normal.
No.
I know he's not, because I've seen he's a disaster on social media.
Yep.
Because they filed for divorce again, haven't they? Him and his new piece. Yeah. And then they'll probably take it down again next week.
Who knows? Scary. And
then Shane and Emily go to Gina's house.
Oh, so their conversation in the car. She's like, I'll just talk about, I'll go there. Maybe I'm pregnant. Who would be his baby? Hope he's rich.
Yeah. And we find out why flamingos are pink.
I knew that.
I didn't know that.
So, do you want to know why I know that?
Why do you know that?
Because the zoo, in inverted commas, in Kingston, had flamingos that they didn't feed prawns to, and they just then started trying to give them carrots to try and make them flamingo coloured, and they went orange.
Oh, I didn't realise flamingos take on the colour of their food.
Yeah.
It's so interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I thought that was quite a commonly known fact. I missed the bit where we established why it was flamingos.
Because it's flamingo. Flamingo? Yeah, it's the theme.
It's a flamingo. We were going for a flamingo. Fine. Yeah. And that means we're pink.
And
go on a boat.
Yes.
Fine. That's it. But Gina can't go because she got COVID. The
one nice bougie thing she's ever done, because everything she does is basic and cheap.
Yeah.
And she can't go.
Can't go. It wasn't that big of a boat.
No. But I like the flop you and the flopped up. Oh, yeah. I love that. That made my day.
Flock you right back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to be friends with Emily and Shane. It would be fun.
I think it would be hilarious. And then we flash forward to like a scene that we don't get to see, and Shannon has to look up the definition of ghosting.
I love it. People are looking up definitions everywhere because Heather's looking up flamingo, isn't she, on the Urban Dictionary? Can you imagine her? Can you imagine the pain? People adjacent to her must go, oh God, she's looking at the Urban Dictionary. Oh God, she's so woke.
It's true. She says the Urban Dictionary too. She doesn't just say it's like the Facebook. On the Netflix. On that thing. On the TV box.
The youth are saying.
Yeah.
Yes. So she's looked up ghosting. What a revelation that must be to her.
Oh God. Again, I don't think Shannon's capable of anything. Like nothing remotely similar, close to technology. Shannon can't do it.
No, she can't. Yeah, she might accidentally ghost you.
Yeah.
She's lost her phone.
Yeah, she's lost her phone. And she can't get her iPad to connect to the cloud.
At that time when Mrs. Hilton had to just put on Instagram like so did she tweet like I don't know where the keys are or whatever the fuck she said like
no, she commented on someone's Instagram picture or something, didn't she?
Oh, Kathy.
Oh, I love it.
So they go on the boat and we see Taylor.
Taylor's back.
Taylor's back. So
I love the fact that she got on that boat without any assistance, got up them stairs without any fuss. That's like boss boat.
She's a pro. Yeah. She's boat pro.
Absolutely. These other women are all fake. They don't know how to walk around on boats.
And they are fucking half cut, right?
Oh. Heather's definitely wasted. Her behaviour was
inexcusable. She's just smashing shit everywhere.
And sitting on people in the middle of conversation.
Yeah, why does everybody sit on Emily? I find it very rude.
I don't know. I'd sit on Emily though. But like for different reasons.
Ask for consent.
Oh no, I would ask for consent, definitely. Yeah. Because I think she'd be a great time if she was a willing participant.
And then Shannon does like her absolute classic of just
oh my God.
Just like, and she can't stop herself, can she? She cannot stop running her mouth.
Like, and even when she starts opening and talking about it, like when she's like, the first time she says, is that Joe or John or whatever? And the whole table goes quiet. Would you not be then like, oh wait, did I do something? Why is everyone gone quiet? But no, she just keeps going.
And also, how interesting does she think it is? Like someone you know is on a boat. Like, well, yes, this is where you will live. Like,
yeah, you're gonna see people. It's
and like, unless the boat is trying to come next to your boat so that people can get on. Like, does it matter?
Yeah.
Well, you're not gonna crash, right? Like, just get the fuck over it. Though I feel like Tamara was trying to like, I don't know, empathy bait that situation, wasn't it? Like, tell them. Whereas like that child is a real person. They don't deserve their life story to be like something that his mum should use as a like, aren't I such a great person? Let me tell you about the like horrendous things that have happened to my kid.
Yeah, that's true.
I thought that was quite uncomfortable, and I think she handled it very well. She was just like, he has a story, and now he's with us, sort of thing.
Yeah. Oh, but then she keeps talking though, doesn't she? Like, oh, look at that over there, they're tipping over, and then
this with the seals.
Yeah, she just doesn't stop. Ugh. But then they go into
because that has to be deliberate. You can't just consistently do that, right?
I don't think Shannon is aware of anything other than Shannon.
Okay.
I genuinely believe that woman is just, she's so, well, I can't even think of the word I'm
looking for. It's like neurotic and insecure, isn't it? That she just has to like fill every void just with like verbal diarrhea.
Yeah. And I don't think she's mean and malicious with it at all. Like, I couldn't be her friend, but I'd find it really hard to be angry at her.
Yeah. I don't think I'd try and tackle it with her. Because
there's no point. No, it's like talking to a wall. There's absolutely no point. Or a sponge, actually.
Yeah. And yeah, exactly.
Then they go to the front of the boat, don't they?
Yeah, and they throw some more drinks all over the place.
And Emily and Tamara are talking about Shannon. And can I just clarify? Fuck a duck is a saying. We say it in England all the time. All the time.
All the time.
Fuck a duck is one of my favourite things to say. And I don't know why we say it. Because
it doesn't specifically mean anything.
No, it doesn't. So yeah, it is a thing, Heather Dubrow. You don't know everything, bitch.
I bet it's on the Urban Dictionary. So Taylor's gonna do acting.
Yes.
She's got an acting coach. Heather's gonna go for moral support because Heather's had a very illustrious career and she was in a 14-piece band. Goodness,
she knows
level,
that we saw the episode of them recording the song, right? That we've heard her sing.
She doesn't.
She knows that, doesn't she?
She toured for 4 years with that band. I also liked they're so shady when they're like, here she is in a pilot.
Oh yeah, didn't make it to full-time syndication.
Nobody picked that up.
No. Oof. Ooh. Basically, Tamara just screeches and screams then for the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, because Emily's like, right, well, maybe you should take some responsibility. She's like, fuck you. Okay.
Can we take an inch? Can we just like move a little bit forward? Like Emily's the voice of reason, trying to have an actual conversation. Heather Dubrow's just drunkenly head lolling about like a bladder on a stick, and like Tamara's screeching and screaming. What, Emily?
So she has enough. She's like, right, I'm going to go and eat all the shrimp.
I mean, if I could love her more, she's eating the food from the serving dish.
I think that's. I think Jen handles it. So she's so because they all basically go like, "Oh, look at her!" Like, and she's like, "Oh, may I have one?" I was like, "Oh, I like Jen. She's very nice."
But I think Jen and Emily are very different in OC world, like because they are from the Midwest. They were raised different.
Yeah.
But then so was Taylor. Taylor's from Oklahoma, isn't she?
Yeah, one of them big square ones, isn't it?
Yeah,
and then we had Shannon does a shit apology and she hasn't even finished saying it before she's contradicting herself.
Absolutely. She can't.
Like, I'm sorry, but I'm like, you didn't hear what, and it's like, I do this with my kids. I'm like, it would be nice if you apologized. And they're like, I'm sorry. And I'm like, you don't know what you're apologizing. Like, that doesn't count. You can't just be like, yeah, I'm sorry, whatever it was.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry if you feel some kind of way is what that is.
I'm sorry, whatever it means, that I can move on to the next thing.
Yeah. And then Tamara just goes in.
You're a liar, you're a liar, you're a liar.
Oh. I think she thinks Shannon's a liar. I'm not 100% clear. I didn't quite get the full grasp of what she was trying to say.
And then Shannon decides that she's going to be classy about it.
Yeah.
She's like, who talks like this? It's like someone from the mafia's here.
What?
Is it?
I don't know. Really?
I don't think it is.
I know. Not remotely similar. Dickhead. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that's it. We
just see them stumbling about, don't you? I'm impressed no one broke an ankle.
Yeah. True. And then we see the start of the demise of Tamara and Jen's relationship. I told you, she brings friends in and then they fall out.
Them off, yeah.
But it sounds like Jen was a cunt though. Like, you don't post about your business still being open the day of the day your friend's business closes. Like, that's just a bit rude.
If you know, then yeah, it is, isn't it?
Of course she knew.
Okay.
But I don't think she knew enough to care. You know, she probably just posted it and wasn't even thinking about it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Because it is quite new for them to be in this, isn't it?
Yeah. And
also, you kind of part of me sort of thinks everything's fair in business, isn't it? It's actually, it's great. I think that's great advertising, isn't it? To be like, oh, look at that woman's yoga business being all shady about the gym. I think that's quite clever.
Yeah, it is very clever.
Gonna get attention.
Yeah.
And 700 billion yoga places. You got to do something.
Yeah, and Bo Dietl's making a fortune off this New Jersey situation.
Sure.
Yeah, it is true.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's it. That's all she wrote, folks.
Oh my God, there's so much.
Yeah, well, there'll be less next week, won't there? Because Vanderpump's not on.
And New Jersey?
And New Jersey. Oh, yeah.
We just have Atlanta and OC. I know.
Atlanta and OC until we get New York. And Crappy Day.
New York.
New York. Yeah.
Cool. Right.
All right.
Till next week, lovelies.
Yes. Take care. Enjoy.
Bye.
I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, just bye.
Rate, comment, and subscribe.
There we go.
Tell your internet friends, tell your real life friends, tell your mom, tell everyone. We'll speak to you soon. Bye.
Bye.